What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today we have our Indiana Jones and the Great Circle review. Is it as iconic as Kingdom of the Crystal Skull? No, it is not, but it is better than that movie. I have been playing for about 28 hours, I think. I have the main story completed. I have every fieldwork completed. I have every mystery completed. I have most of the side missions done, I guess. The only ones I'm missing are like the artifacts. I haven't got all the artifacts. I haven't finished all the radio frequencies for Genie yet. And I haven't finished all of the cogs, I guess, for Sukhothai. And then like the artifacts are what you get to unlock like the Iraq secret vault, I guess is what it is. But I've done everything else, as much of the side content as I'm able to be finished by now. So I think I have a really good feel for this game. This is currently available on Xbox Series S and X. So the Xbox Series, it's on Game Pass, which is awesome. It's on PC with a Game Pass option for PC too. And it will be coming out to the PS5 in 2025. So make sure to remember this video if you have a PS5 and you want to think about this later. The short of this video is the Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. It's great. It is a great video game. It's a very different type of game than I thought it was going to be, especially than what I thought like an Indiana Jones game could be, I guess. It's much more stealthy, much more immersive style of gameplay. It's more like Dishonored or Thief. I definitely thought it was going to be more like an Uncharted style, but you're really sneaking around. You're like stealthily trying to take out enemies and whatnot. You're trying to solve puzzles. You're like finishing all these adventures in a very stylistic adventure first-person gameplay, and it's very, very fun. It feels a lot like Indiana Jones, which is huge. Story feels great. It's very Indiana Jones the entire time. It's about like the Nephilim, this mythical people group from like Christian mythology. You're basically chasing Nazis who kidnapped like a friend of yours, and these giants who are stealing artifacts and stuff, but the giants maybe are good people and they're descendants and they're protecting. It's awesome. It's incredible. It's so good. So you're running all over the globe for this adventure. The story is incredible. You even get those little like airplane transitions like you see in the Indiana Jones movies, but it's super, super good. The story is very easy to follow as it unfolds. It feels a lot like a movie, like you're playing along with a movie, which is really, really great. The gameplay is stellar. The gameplay is like the standout of the game, in my opinion. Your main mechanics are like walking around either open zones, so there's multiple like large open zones, or sometimes they're more linear levels and you're solving different types of puzzles. Some of them are like really, really difficult puzzles with multiple steps and everything. Some of them are super easy, but you're solving puzzles to like get into ancient temples and caves and stuff, which is really, really fun. Or you're solving them to like steal from Nazis and fascists, which is always fun. The puzzles are great. They almost never drag on too long or anything. The combat side is maybe a bit lacking to me. It's maybe one of the weaker parts of the game. You obviously have like Indiana Jones's whip. You have a pistol that he has, but the main combat option is fist fighting, right? Is using your fist or picking up items like brooms or crowbars and stuff and fighting with those. Every different item has different stats for like type of damage it does, one-handed or two-handed, how many hits it takes to break, and you can upgrade these through the books and everything, which is a great upgrade system. And the points that you gather, basically as you learn more about the area that you're in, you get points, adventure points, knowledge points, and you use those points to basically upgrade different parts of like Indiana Jones as a normal person. He can fight better, he can grapple better, he can carry more things, his health is a little bit better, things like that that really make sense in the grand scheme of Indiana Jones. So it's super good, the upgrade system, but the combat definitely has a little bit lacking. So while the combat can be lacking, between solving the puzzles, fighting the Nazis, you know, solving mysteries, adventures, and everything, the gameplay is very, very tight for a first-person adventure style game. I'd love to see some upgrades to this kind of gameplay in the next game. Maybe better gunplay, better animation as you're moving around, better like combat, I guess, in general. So like being able to store the guns you're using, carry more ammunition, store ammunition, things like that would be really awesome. But at the end of the day, I also don't think that the Indiana Jones is like that. That's not the point of the game. He's not like a gunslinger running around shooting. So it might be unlikely that we'll see anything like that. As far as the game looks, it looks incredible, right? Obviously, Machine Games, people who made this game, they also make like the Wolfenstein games, which also have a very awesome style, kind of cool art style to it. And they kind of kept some of that style for this game, which is cool. It's lifelike, but it's really stylized, almost cell shaded, so like the edges and everything look a little different. The color can be different, kind of like a Borderlands game, but not that dramatic. It fits super well for a video game for sure. The levels look amazing. The characters, They all look really, really good. Indiana Jones looks exactly like Harrison Ford, which is crazy. And Troy Baker, the guy they got to do the voice, obviously, you probably heard this if you're even watching this video. He sounds exactly like Indiana Jones. Like, it's just Harrison Ford the whole time. I forgot that it's not him most of the time. The sound design is very good. The game sounds really good. They don't really use sound as like a puzzle or a combat mechanic ever, which would be really, really cool. Maybe I just haven't run into it with the last few artifacts and stuff, but I think the sound could be a little bit better as well, better utilized, I guess, in some of the adventure aspects. But it looks great, sounds great. Kind of summarize my thoughts. I think since this game is available on Game Pass, which you can get for like $15, or maybe sometimes they even have like a $1 deal, you can get for like 15 bucks. You can play this whole game on a phone, which obviously isn't the greatest way to experience it, but you can do that. You can play this game on a phone for 15 bucks. You can buy a controller for like $40 on Amazon now and have a much better experience. You can do it on a computer, like plugged into the network, which is an even better kind of Game Pass, Game Cloud experience. And I played about 2 or 3 hours of this on the cloud. It's a very, very good experience, which is really, really nice. I don't think it's much of a replayable game. I wouldn't say that you're going to play this game over and over again by any means. It's in that sense, it's not perfect, but I do think that they've added enough collectibles and stuff. Like, I got 30 hours in, and I'm probably 3/4 of the way done through the collectibles. I have a ton more stuff to do there. And so there is more gameplay there for that. I think a sequel or DLC would be an awesome option for a game like this, because I think it would really serve well from expanding that story with similar mechanics and everything. It's a great, great, great game. Like I said, it's not a perfect game. It does have some bugs that should be ironed out probably by this time for like a AAA game. Nothing that a reload wouldn't fix, which is only like a minute or so. Usually that saves pretty often. Some of the traversal is really clunky, characters falling through things, you falling through things every now and then. Okay. Oh freaking K. There were times that like the whip I think was gonna catch the hook or something and it didn't, or it was gonna hit a enemy or something, but that stuff didn't always work. I'd fall to my death when I'm pretty sure I was gonna swing across something. This is stupid. So there's little things like that that didn't ruin the game at all, but hopefully it can get ironed out over time, and newer versions just don't become problems or anything, and you just don't notice them at all. And there was a few times where I felt like it was the game's fault that something happened, not mine. So that's always something to keep in mind. But all in all, this is a great game. I love this game. I will give it easily 9 out of 10 Nazis right now, which seems like a bad scale. But the 9 out of 10 is the important part. So remember that. If you like Indiana Jones, if you enjoy adventure games, puzzle games, or anything like that, maybe ones with a little bit of combat, a little bit of sneaking and shooting, try this game out. It is a very easy recommend, especially if you have Game Pass or if you're an Xbox player. It's awesome. Well, guys, make sure to let me know what you thought of this game down below in the comments as well. Ask any questions that you may have about the game. Let people know what you thought about it as well. Please make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button if you're feeling like it. I've got more videos coming out this year. I'm really, really excited about it. Let me know maybe in the comments as well, what kind of content would you like to see for 2025? Thanks again. We'll see you next time.